Alright, so you guys have your library books, and now you have your annotated bibliography form. We are going to work together today to fill out the top part so that you can cite your source correctly. And why is it important that we cite our sources correctly? So you don't plagiarize, okay? And what information is included in our source? What do we have to put there? Author's name, where it's published,
Copyright.
when it's published, copyright date. Okay, so we have to include all of those things so that someone who's reading what we've written about this book knows that we are not trying to claim those ideas as our own. Okay, so get your book out. We are going to, I'm going to borrow Zach's book. We're going to open to what is called the title page. We're going to find some of our information on the title page. It will have the title of your book. It will have the author. And then most of the time it has the publisher at the bottom. Sometimes it also has the city of publication. We're not going to need the city of publication for MLA style. That is the Modern Language Association, and we use that when we are citing sources in the liberal arts and humanities. And since we're doing this for English with novels, then that is this format that we'll be using. If you were writing something in the sciences, like a history, social sciences, like a history class, then you would use the APA format. So find the title page. We're going to find most of our information there. If you look on the screen, the first thing you need to put is the author's last name. If you have trouble finding the author's last name, just raise your hand and Miss Adamson or I will come around and help you with that. After the author's last name, put a comma. And then put the author's first name. That's a good question. If they have just initials and not the first name, then you just put the initials exactly as they appear, capital letters with periods. After the author's first name, you're going to put a period. And then you'll put the title of the book. Now, when we write the title of the book, we have to make sure that the main words in the title are capitalized. And what else do we have to do to the title? Underline. If we're typing, we would italicize, but if we're just writing the book title on handwriting, then we're going to underline it. After the title of the book, you need to put a period. So you should have been able to find the author's name and the title on that title page. Now go to the bottom of the title page and it should list your publisher, okay? And that's the next thing that we need to put is the publisher. If you have trouble finding the publisher, just raise your hand and Miss Adamson or I will come around and help you with that. Yeah, little brown. So usually it says Okay, so after you've written, this is published by Dutton Books. Well, because that's like a larger company and they have all these smaller companies. Okay?
And remember, if you're having to go to the second line, you have to indent.
Oops. And then. Why didn't they dent on the first one?
You don't indent on the first line, on the second line. If you go to the second line, you have to indent.
Now, you don't indent on the first, on the second. This is the opposite of how we're used to writing paragraphs.
Why wasn't I told this before?
After the publisher, you put a comma. And then the very last thing is going to be the publication date. Well, that's going to be on the copyright page, which is the very next page. So if you're on the title page, just flip that page, and that should give you all the copyright information. So you should be able to find the publication date there. If you're having trouble finding the publication date, raise your hand. Now, you're only putting the year. You don't have to put the month, day, and year, only the year, okay?
On the copyright date. Look, you can find it.
After the publication date, put a period.
There are a lot of numbers. I was really confused.
You laughed anyway,
We can't find my publication